Okay, so here's me with my heavy bag, and it is a very heavy bag, this one. I much prefer a wooden dummy for testing this theory, or even better, a student with a pad, focus mitts, that kind of thing. But for a new person, a heavy bag is good to try this because it doesn't offer too much resistance. This is how I would teach this to a beginner. First thing, put their 4 knuckles or phalanges, these are the knuckles, put the phalanges onto the heavy bag or onto a person holding a pad. Then all I would get them to do would be to drop those lower 2 knuckles into the object that they're striking, in this case, the heavy bag. That's all I'm going to get them to do. So no thrust from the elbow, just the lower 2 knuckles dropping in. Try and look at my elbow, very little movement forward. Try not to move it forward. This is obviously first step. When I teach this in the opposite way round to the actual application. So this wrist first, or knuckles first. Next thing I'll teach is this connection. So we squeeze at the obliques, keep the galbega tight. You'll see what happens now is there's a little jump of the heavy bag, and this is where the heavy bag becomes less useful. I would need a student or someone holding the bag for me, and that would be a much better way of feeling the force, or just holding a focus mitt. But now, galbega and wrist. We now get a little bit of movement. Still not forcing out, still not driving the fist out here. This is a different thing. Now, after you've learnt to use these obliques alongside the elbow, we can start to use the back of the leg, one of the 5 bows, this part of the leg to expand as we hit. Yeah, we would then start to add the other bows, so the behind the knees, the elbows, and the spine. And the spine here, this part sitting down, this part sitting down. And you would add those incrementally. Get them to add the elbow expansions in, then the leg expansions, and maybe lastly the spine action. Now obviously this is not going to take place over one lesson or anything like that. This is something you'll need to practice, students will need to practice. But what this will give them is proper short force, not pretend short force. Okay, so you see people quite often, they have their fist on there, they explain they're going to be doing a 1-inch punch, something like that, and then they do this. Okay, what do you think? Do you think this is a good punch or a bad punch? I'll let you decide. But I'm sure if you slow down and pause this video, it's a lot more than 1 inch. So by having the fist actually on the object that you're striking and never drawing it away, forces the student and to not cheat. So here's how it looks without any inches. Now obviously that becomes more of a 1-inch push. I understand this, there's no impact. This is just a drill, okay? If you're going to have impact, you're never going to have just 1 inch anyway. Why would you be 1 inch away from someone's face? Surely this is going to be different levels, from 1 inch to 2 inch to 3 inch to 4 inch. So you'd practice. But by practicing it with no inches, what this gives you is clarity that you're not cheating, okay? Then, when you do add some distance, you add some movement of the body, your punches become forceful, they become fast, they become strong. Hope that all makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this, and I'll see what I can do for you.